Making good food choices is a great way to improve your overall health. Jeff Tunks here at District Commons has a really tasty yellow tomato gazpacho that's both low in cholesterol and low in fat. Jeff Tunks, you have cooked for a lot of celebrities, politicos, wonks. Have you ever cooked for a man of this stature?
He's been in a few times. I didn't know he was in here, so I was not impressed at that time, but not so far, no. This is the first.
This is
a person, yes.
Yes. Absolutely, and I'm here, and I may just steal some of your food while you're cooking.
I got plenty. Please, help yourself.
What are we making, low fat, low cholesterol, that everybody's going to love?
And it's also local. Today we're really focusing on some seasonal products here, and this time of year. We're going to be making one of our signature appetizers here at District Commons. It's going to be a golden tomato gazpacho, and we're going to highlight some local Chesapeake Bay crab and make a nice cucumber Chesapeake Bay crab salad to go with that. So this got only a non-saturated olive oil is the only fat in this. It's got great flavor. You feel like you're eating good food, not only healthy food, but also good restaurant quality food. So
now the doctor, what do you think, Dr. Compton Benjamin? What do you think of a recipe like this? Is this something you would prescribe?
I think the low-fat diet is always good. Everything in moderation, though. But the important thing is it's got to taste good. If it doesn't taste good, no one will eat it. So it's important for them to have something which is appetizing, lots of color, and also it tastes good. And the gazpacho is amazing.
Take us through it.
This is a real easy dish, like I mentioned. The best thing about this is, besides, the thing about you can also burn calories by just going to the farmer's market and procuring all these ingredients. So these are all farmer's market for this time of year ingredients here in the DC area. The first main ingredient, which gives us the bulk of the volume and the consistency and the color, is the golden tomatoes. We have some fresh radishes. We have some cucumber, which is sort of the traditional part of the gazpacho. And for seasoning, as we say, add a little kick to it, a little bit of spice to make it taste good, have a little zing to it. We have some fresh jalapeno. We have some fresh cilantro. And then for acid, we're going to add a little bit of fresh squeezed lime juice and some sherry wine vinegar. And then we're going to put that all in a blender together. And then we're going to add a little bit of olive oil, just enough to emulsify it, to give it a nice mouthfeel to it. And you can add...
Emulsify, what does that mean?
Sort of brings everything together. The fat molecules sort of stabilize all the ingredients together to give it a nice consistency, to make it not too watery, make you feel like it's substantial when you're eating the food and stuff. And then after that process, we'll strain it, we'll chill it, and as it chills, it really gets on a better flavor as everything melds together. And we'll make the salad to go along with it, and we'll show you what we're presenting here at District Commons. So we're going to start with our golden tomatoes, and if you want to substitute nice heirlooms or red tomatoes, you can. I just like the vibrancy of this color. It's something unique, a little bit different for gazpacho. You can use a Cuisinart at home if you want to, or a blender. Of course, we've got sort of our turbo blender here. So for this recipe, it makes quite a bit. We're going to add about 10 tomatoes to this large blender.
And you just quarter them up and throw them in.
Wash them first. One thing about cooking, especially for if you're a patient in a hospital or for yourself, you want to have good health practices at home. You want to make sure your hands are clean. I'm not really from a generation of using gloves a lot, but I do follow good hand washing procedures. You want to be sure you wash your hands every time before you start handling food. You want to be sure all your vegetables are washed and clean and dried before you start processing. You want to be sure your cutting board is clean, and if you're doing protein on protein or vegetables on vegetables. So you want to use really good, safe food handling procedures. We're going to add our cucumber to this.
Then that's just one cucumber?
Yes, that's the cucumber, and then 4 radishes. Like I said, this is very simple. This is for this you would make smaller batches. This is a gallon-sized blender. Most blenders at home are probably 2 quarts. We're going to add, you can always add more jalapenos, so you can always add more. So it's like salt or anything else. You can't take it back out, so you put a little bit in now, and you can always add more afterwards. We're going to add a little cilantro, which is one of my favorite herbs. That's some of those on the fence. People say sometimes they don't like cilantro, but I'm not sure if I can live without it. We're going to add the juice of about 1 lime. And the rest of this lime juice will be good for the crab salad. And we're going to add our aged sherry wine vinegar. We'll put this here. This is quite an industrial thing here, so we'll get this going here. It's quite loud. Okay, at this time we're going to add your oil now. So any emulsification, you're making a homemade mayonnaise or a homemade hollandaise, you're taking a base, whether it be egg yolks or this, and you're slowly drizzling in your olive oil. So that those particles are then suspended for the fat proteins.
So what are you looking for when you put it in there then? The olive oil?
It's just, it sort of brings everything together. It doesn't have that separated sort of mealy look to it. It's more of a consistent puree a little bit. And like I said, the oil is really just more about mouthfeel also. I mean, fat tastes good. I mean, that's why it coats the mouth, it coats the taste buds.
The advantage of using a little bit of fat is that it also, in terms of when you eat, slows down your digestive system.
Right.
So that you can feel more full.
More sated, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How does it do that? What does it do?
Well, what it does is it gets into your stomach. Once it's there and it's sitting there, your stomach slows things down so that you can have all the juices and the enzymes that are necessary to be produced from your liver to emulsify all of the fats. And the fats cause the secretion of certain enzymes which slow down your bowels.
I don't think Jeff wants people to get too full, though. He wants them to keep eating.
That's right. This is
it's a restaurant.
So we're going to add this oil to the slow stream. And for this, it's got about 2 tablespoons, I guess, for this amount. So not a lot. And we're going to sort of puree this together. Turn up the mash a little bit here. And this time, I'm going to add some kosher salt. So you can always add more.
But you're not being shy about it there, are you?
That's 3 quarts of soup there. So you really divide that by 12 portions or so. So the next step is we're going to remove the lid here, and we'll take a china cap or a strainer.
Oh, okay. So now you need to strain it out.
Okay. To strain some of the the skins of the tomatoes or whatever that did get pureed. So we're going to put it through a strainer.
So it does have a little kick when you taste it with the jalapeno.
A little bit, and like I said, I didn't go. As you see, I didn't put it all in. You could always depends who you're feeding. I mean, if you like, I like it spicy. I mean, it's just to me, I think the older you get, the taste buds get older too a little bit, unfortunately, and so we're gonna. That's the point there. At this step, we put this in a smaller container and put it in the fridge and let it chill overnight or for 4 or 5 hours until it gets 40 degrees or colder. That's where you should proper storage. So that's the one step. Very easy, very simple. Not a lot of cooking involved in that. For the next step, we're just going to make a quick salad with these vegetables that we've cut up before. We're going to add some fresh cucumber. It's the same cucumber that we use for the gazpacho. This is English cucumber. It's been peeled and seeded and diced. We call this a small dice, which is 1/4 by 1/4, a very technical culinary term. I'm going to add, for a little bit more color and a little bit more texture, some nice yellow bell pepper. Excuse me, this is the golden tomato. I got red bell pepper. So this is the tomato. So like I said, we're sort of reinforcing this. Because the thing, there's different gazpachos. So this is a smooth gazpacho because it's puree, but I want to add a lot of texture and crunch to it. So I'll reinforce some of the components with that, with some of the things. So you want that sort of that crunchy background when you're eating. So it's not like baby food type thing. We're going to add a little bit of the red tomato. So far we've added our cucumber, our yellow tomato, red tomato, some juliana radish. We're going to add some diced red onion to this. And we're going to add, again, your jalapeno. Depends how you like it. This is, most of the heat from the jalapeno is in the seeds and the connected area that connects the seeds to the membrane. As much oil. So once you seed this and take the membrane out, it's not quite as spicy as it normally would be if you had the seeds in it, but it still has a great jalapeno flavor. So we're going to add a little bit for spice here. And then we're going just to add our crab meat. Save the best for the last, or almost the last.
Some lump crab there.
Jumbo lump. Yes,
Jumbo lump crab.
Cousin Corners here at District Commons. We're going to add a little bit of lime juice to a nice we're basically making a salad. You're making a vinaigrette. And our acid is lime juice for this. We're going to add the olive oil again, and just a little bit. And the olive oil really helps bring this all together. It sort of is the connective part of this that brings this salad together. And we're going to add a little bit of salt. We're going to take some fresh cilantro here, and we're just going to do a real quick rough chop on this. And like I said, I like to leave it fresh, and this is sort of the aromatic part about it. So for our presentation, to reinforce that it is a chilled soup, we're going to, we just had to take a bit of crushed ice here, and we're going to add, for me, I'm going to pick out a lot of the crab meats. So I'll cherry pick this a little bit. We're going to add this nice garnish to this. And put that there. And then we've got some chilled soup already that we made yesterday. And we're going to pour that around.
Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah, that is.
There's a couple of spoons if y'all want to try it.
Absolutely.
So that's our District Commons Golden Tomato Gazpacho with a crab and cucumber salad.
Ready to taste? Doctor, I'll give you the first taste.
I'll even take a taste.
Yeah, all right, Jeff, you need to.
I get some crab meat in there now.
Delicious.
It's so refreshing. It's so tasty.
You can taste everything in there.
Then you get a little bit of the jalapeno, very lightly.
A little bit of the acid, the vinegar and stuff in the back, yeah.
And it just looks like, don't tell anybody, it looks like it's got a lot of calories because it has that creamy look to it.
It does, yeah.
But it's low cal,
I tell you what,
low cholesterol.
I think that's the key. If you keep it tasty, despite the fact that it's low calorie, people will continue.
Right.
And you know, salad.
and there's no foam on this,
Right.
by the way. It's not deconstructed or. I'm sorry.
And then you get that special treat of the jumbo lump crab meat.
That's right.
And that just brings it all together.
That's why we're going to charge $9 for it.
That's it. District Commons, don't forget.